Imagine stepping into a world where luxury knows no bounds. A place so grand, even your most extravagant dreams feel like a quaint weekend getaway. Welcome to Palazzo di Amore, a breathtaking 53,000 square foot estate that redefines what it means to live large. But before we dive headfirst into the ocean of opulence, let's address a problem we can all relate to. Have you ever been so overwhelmed by your to-do list that you start questioning whether you're living in a sitcom, one where everything is blown wildly out of proportion? Now, imagine if your biggest dilemma wasn't getting through your tasks, but deciding which of your 12 bedrooms you should sleep in tonight. Yes, you heard that right. 12 bedrooms. Life can be so taxing. Palazzo di Amore isn't just a house, it's an empire. A playground for the rich, the famous, and the fabulously extravagant. But let's be honest, what does one do with 53,000 square feet of space? Do you allocate a room for every mood? I'm feeling introspective. Time to retreat to the brooding lounge. Or perhaps, perfect. My existential crisis will fit nicely in the ballroom. What would you do with that much space? Would you host grand galas or throw the world's most extravagant game of hide and seek? Or maybe, you just find a corner to hide from your responsibilities. As we step inside, we're greeted by an entrance that would make even royalty question their dress code. This grand foyer features a double staircase and enough marble to make Michelangelo himself weep. It's as if you've just stepped into The Great Gatsby, except instead of jazz, the soundtrack is, well, probably more jazz, but even fancier. Ah yes, the vineyard. Because what good is a $195 million estate if you can't make your own wine? Here you can bottle your very own vintage while pondering life's big questions, like, why did I eat that third slice of cake? Or is it too late to start a career as a sommelier? Speaking of indulgence, Palazzo di Amore doesn't just have rooms, it has an entire entertainment complex. Think about it, a private theater where movie nights feel like film premieres, a ballroom so grand that you'd need to learn the Viennese waltz just to feel appropriate, and yes, a bowling alley for when you want to test your skills after a few too many glasses of your very own Cabernet. Now, let's talk about the 12 bedrooms. These aren't just rooms, they're suites. Lavish, spacious, and each one equipped to make your average 5-star hotel look like an Airbnb gone wrong. And did I mention each suite can accommodate up to 24 guests? So if you've ever wanted to reunite with your high school friends, those ones who said they'd definitely stay in touch but mysteriously vanished after graduation, this is the place to host it. And yes, wine tasting is definitely included, assuming they bring their own. As Oscar Wilde once said, the only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about. And trust me, Palazzo di Amore will definitely have people talking. Step outside for a moment, because what's a mansion without 25 acres of landscaped gardens? Fountains that shimmer under the California sun, reflecting pools that are practically begging you to contemplate life, or at least your next Instagram post. And if tennis is your game, rest assured, the estate has a court ready for you to pretend you're a Wimbledon champion. So what have we learned today? Palazzo di Amore isn't just a home, it's an experience. A place where luxury meets whimsy, and every room offers a new opportunity to live out your wildest fantasies. But before we go, let me leave you with this question. If money were no object and time was infinite, how would you live your life? Would you fill it with opulence, parties, and palatial estates like this? Or maybe, something simpler? At the end of the day, whether you're living in a cozy apartment or in a sprawling villa, it's about the moments you create. And if you can do that with good friends and a glass of wine, well, you're already living the dream. Thank you for joining me on this whimsical journey through Palazzo di Amore. Now go forth, dream big, just maybe not quite as big as this estate.